Hello friends, this video on sound part 3 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So now in the next topic, we will talk about the characteristics of sound wave. We will see there are certain properties which actually characterize a sound wave. So what are the set of those properties? So when I talk of characteristics, I mean a set of properties which describe a sound wave. So a sound wave is described by its wavelength, frequency, time period, pitch, amplitude, speed, and quality. So these are some of the things which characterizes a sound wave. When I say there is a sound wave of frequency this much, of wavelength this much, with time period this much, so these quantities or these properties all together can describe a sound wave completely. So we will see what are each of them one by one in detail. So we will start talking about wavelength, frequency, time period one after another. Now in order to understand these different properties of a sound wave, let us quickly try to look at the density and pressure variation of a sound wave. So when we looked at the rarefaction and compression of a sound wave, what did we see? We saw that there are certain regions where the density is more. So if you look at it, this is my compression, this is my rarefaction, this is again compression, this is again rarefaction, right? So in this region, in this compression, the density is more. So if we plot a graph in this way, in this fashion, where I take the y-axis as, I take the x-axis as time and I take the y-axis as the disturbance. So what do you see here? Disturbance. In this case, if you see, the density is more, the pressure is also more. In the rarefaction, the density is again less, pressure is also less. Again compression, density is more, pressure is more. Again your density and pressure is less. So this is how the variation of density and pressure of a sound wave is with time. So that means with time, how does the wave propagate? Disturbance is nothing but the wave. So the wave propagates in this fashion that its density increases, again low density region comes, against high density region, again low density region. So this is how we generally represent a wave. So this structure, this sinusoidal wave actually represents a wave where the peak of the wave represents the region of high density or the region of high pressure, and the valley of the wave represents the region of low density or the region of rarefaction, right? So now let us talk about the properties of the wave in detail one by one. So let us first talk about wavelength of a wave. So before we talk about wavelength, let us talk about about two new terms, that is crest and trough. Now for every compression, which regions are the compression? These are the regions of compression. That means where the density is high, the pressure is also high. So this upper portion of the curve or the peak of the curve is known as crest. So these points are known as crests of a curve, right? Similarly, the valley of the curve or the lowest portion of the curve which represent or which corresponds to the rarefaction is known as the trough. So every wave, this wave pattern will have a crest and trough alternatively. Right? So when I talk about wavelength of a wave, it is the distance between two consecutive crests or two consecutive troughs. That means this distance between two crests is nothing but one wavelength, or this distance between two troughs is nothing but one wavelength. So the distance between two consecutive crests or two consecutive troughs is known as wavelength. That is that, as the name suggests, wavelength is nothing but the length of the wave. So what is the length of the wave? So now hereafter, whenever we talk about a sound wave, we will represent it in this fashion because it is a simpler way to represent. Now you yourself think, which is a better way to represent a sound wave? The compressions and rarefactions, where you have to draw all the particles, somewhere they are together, somewhere there is space between them, or this is a better way to represent? Obviously this one, right? So this is a more convenient way to represent, and that is why everywhere we will now be using this wave like structure for a sound wave, right? So it is clear what is wavelength. Wavelength is the distance between two crests or two troughs. It is generally denoted by the Greek letter lambda. So we represent this much distance as lambda. SI unit of lambda is meter because it is nothing but distance. So for distance, the SI unit is meter. So sometimes, let us suppose if this is 1 lambda, that is the wavelength of the wave. So how much will be this distance? So this will be 2 lambda. That's because this is lambda, again this is lambda. So altogether it is 2 lambda. Right? So we often say that the wavelength of a wave is 5 lambda. So now you understand what is lambda, right? So now let us talk about the frequency of a wave. So what do I mean by frequency? When I say frequency, forget about sound wave for some time. When I say frequency, what do I mean? Let us look at this example. Let us suppose you have this bell. You go to a temple, you just ring the bell. So what happens? You keep on moving the bell. So how many times, or what is the frequency with which you move the bell? That means how many times you move the bell with respect to time. That means in 1 second, in 1 minute, how many times did you move the bell? In 1 hour, how many times did you move the bell? So the number of times we do something per unit time is known as frequency. For example, we say that he takes leaves from schools very frequently. That means the frequency with which he takes leaves is very often. That means maybe every 5 days he takes 1 leave. So we say that he takes leaves very frequently. But let us suppose there is somebody who takes some 2 leaves in a year. So we say that in 1 year he takes just 2 leaves. So every year, after every year he takes 2 leaves. So that means the frequency of taking leaves is less. Right? So now you understand what is frequency. So now when I talk about frequency of a wave, I mean the number of oscillations per unit time. So number of oscillations per unit time is known as frequency. So what is oscillation? What do I mean by oscillation? Oscillation means starting from this point, it goes like this, it goes like this, and again it comes back to this point. So this entire thing is one oscillation. So number of oscillations per unit time. It is generally denoted by a Greek letter nu, and SI units is hertz. So when I say oscillation, that means it starts from here, it goes down where the density becomes minimum, density of the particles become minimum. Again it goes up till the point where the density of the particles become maximum. Again it comes back here. So from here to here it is one oscillation. So this represents one oscillation. This also represents one wavelength, right? What is wavelength? Distance between two troughs or two crests. So this distance is wavelength. So if I subtract this much distance from here, instead of that if I add this much distance, so this distance is nothing but lambda, right? That is one wavelength. So this also represents, so one wavelength also represents one oscillation. So this is one oscillation. So now how many oscillations it happen per unit time, that is known as frequency, right? Okay, let us now talk about time period of a sine wave. So time taken to complete one oscillation is known as time period of a sound wave. It is generally denoted by a capital T to denote time period. SI unit is seconds, obviously because it is time taken. So time period is time taken to do something, and the SI unit of time is seconds. So the SI unit of time period is also seconds. So here also one oscillation, that means if you start from here, so it will go and come till here. So this represents one oscillation. So the time taken for the wave to reach from this point to this point is known as one time period. Right? Okay. Let us now look at the relationship between frequency and time period. So frequency is the reciprocal of time period. So that is the relationship between frequency of a wave and time period. So that means greater the time period, that means greater the amount of time it takes to complete one oscillation, smaller is the frequency. That is, let us suppose there is one wave, okay, which takes 1 hour to complete one oscillation, right? So that means this wave will complete one oscillation in 1 hour. So just to take this much oscillation, it will take 1 hour. There is another wave which in 1 hour it completes 5 oscillations. That means in 1 hour, how many oscillations it will do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in 1 hour, it will do 5 oscillations, right? So in this case, if you see, the time is the same. Time is remaining the same, but the number of oscillations is changing. That means the number of oscillations per unit time that is changing. Correct? So now if I ask you to calculate the frequency in this case and the frequency in this case, what do you see? In the same time period, in the same amount of time, I'm not talking about the time period now, in the same amount of time, in the first case, it completed only one oscillation. But in the same time, it completed 5 oscillations. So what is the time period in the first case and what is the time period in the second case? So if you look at the first case, here it completes one oscillation in 1 hour. So the time period here, the capital T, that is time period here is 1 hour, because time period is the time taken to complete one oscillation. In this case, what will be the time period? Time taken to complete one oscillation, that means this much. It is covering in how much time? The total thing it is doing in 1 hour. 5 oscillations in 1 hour. That means one oscillation is in 1/5 hour. So what do you see? In order to do one oscillation, you need 1 hour. In order to do 5 oscillations, you need 1/5 hours. That means if you increase the frequency, the time period decreases. That is why we say that frequency is the reciprocal of time period. That means greater the time period, lesser the frequency. Lesser the time period, greater the frequency. Clear?
Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.